So, anyways, back to the show that won't be that bad. I feel like
I know
a show that's not that bad. That's what it should say.
Well, it should say an episode that won't be that bad.
An episode that won't be that bad.
Because that's really our show is not that bad is now our tagline.
I know. Our show is not that bad.
Threads podcast, Life Unfiltered. It's not that bad.
Yes.
And Jason Gerald.
Yes.
With that one, let me start with our rando factoid of the day.
All right. Of the day, of the week.
Day.
You got to go week.
Moment, whatever floats your fancy. Whatever Kate says it is, we'll go with that from now on. So, Kate, can you tell us, is it the random fact of the day, week, days, the weekend?
I had a client message me. Can I listen to that message?
No.
Okay.
Because we're actually like starting our show with like a random fact.
Oh, we're starting?
Like Jason Gerald, maybe that's a little hint like, hey, we're starting.
Yeah, I knew we were.
So Australia, it seems small on a map, doesn't it?
I think it seems small because it's just the ocean is surrounding it.
Probably the ocean surrounding it, probably because it's down like near the southern part. It is actually wider than the moon.
How wide's the moon?
The moon is 3,400 kilometers. I don't know why this is in kilometers.
Because everyone else does it in the normal way.
Okay, we know how many miles that is. Can you ask your machine?
Hold on. Because it was very quiet last time. Hey, Ziggy, volume 10. Hey, Ziggy, how much? Oh, shit. Hey, Ziggy, how many shit.
I missed something.
Hey, Ziggy, how many miles is 3,400 kilometers?
3,400 kilometers is about 2,100 miles.
Okay. So it's about the size of the United States from coast to coast then, too, because it's about 2,000 miles from like Jersey to California.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
So, and then, so that's 3,400 is the moon. Australia is 4,000 kilometers from east to west.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's farther than the United States.
Well, let's ask Ziggy.
Hey, Ziggy, how far is it from coast to coast in the United States of America? Hey, Ziggy, how far is it from coast to coast in the United States of America?
From reference.com, the United States is 2,800 miles across from its eastern seaboard to its western coast.
So close.
Yeah. Do you want me to do the math in the 4,000?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Ziggy, how many miles is 4,000 kilometers? I bet it's 3,100.
4,000 kilometers is about 2,500 miles.
Oh, America's bigger. Take that, Australia. And got some lung popcorn.
Jesus Christ.
Welcome.
Everyone's online right now. Everyone. Kate, Lisa. Oh my gosh.
Well, they get a great show tonight.
They get lung butter.
Lung butter. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. Do you need a spit bucket?
I don't know. It's just lodged in there.
Get it loose and swallow
I need
it.
some coffee or something. You should have coffee.
You want black coffee?
Decaf black coffee.
Sully, go brew some coffee. Clear it out.
Well, I mean, this is your part, so you can go there and maybe it'll clear.
Are we done? That's the factoid?
It's a factoid. Everyone who's tuned in live, just leave.
I'm so sorry. Last week we nailed the entrance and we were off and running.
And this week it is a complete cluster.
See, you should run in late. You should come in late.
I was early.
I know, but when you're late, it's just like we're like, let's roll. All right. Our sponsors, Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. They're located on Stafford, just east of 131 44th Street. You can call them at 532-6600, or of course, you can schedule on the interwebs at irvines.com. You can request to have a loaner car while your car is being serviced, so you don't have to sit home like a loser. They do that as long as you have car insurance, good car insurance. If you have PLPD, you cannot get a loaner.
Oh, makes sense because if you crash it, then
there's no comprehensive. Yeah. So somebody actually complained about that. I don't know if it was on, I think it was on Reddit. You know me and Reddit. I'm
Uh,
balls deep in Reddit.
For sure.
And they're like, yeah, you only can get a loaner car if you have full coverage or whatever. Or it probably doesn't have to be full coverage. It just has some comprehensive coverage.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was like, okay, bro, like calm the fuck down.
They probably have a $500 vehicle.
Probably.
And are wanting like a brand new loaner.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, exactly. So use them if you need your car repair. They will get it fixed the first time. I want to thank our Patreon people, Joe P, Kate K, Lisa K, Megan D, Adam S, and Chrissy D. We appreciate you guys so much. And you're just the most special part of our show, especially you guys are all online and you can hear Mike's lung butter tonight.
And Jason messing up an ad. You know, you guys get the raw experience before Jason cleans it.
How did I mess it up?
You should listen back.
I'm not going to edit that.
But when you listen back, you'll understand.
Oh, I'm sure I did.
So, Jason, why did you not wear a coat on Saturday?
Because I wasn't. So, can you give a preference before?
No, let's just jump in really
dang
off.
It. Because I normally don't wear a coat if I'm going to a restaurant to eat.
Ooh. You did not realize it was Saugatuck, the place where you walk from place to place.
No, I didn't. No one told me that. I mean, this is what I think. Okay, you guys want to go to dinner? Yeah. Okay, we're going here. Okay. I walk from the car to the restaurant. 90 seconds, maybe?
Yeah.
The most?
And also, your car was hot. So, backstory, the four of us all decided to hang out. Jason, Megan, Natalie, and myself. We went to Saugatuck because we didn't want to go to Grand Rapids. What the world? I quit.
Oh, my gosh.
What's wrong with me, dude? I can't even talk. I just start coughing.
Oh my gosh, that like it surprised you. I saw your face.
Also, I was like, yep, there comes the cough.
It's gonna be a 3-hour episode.
Well, an hour's worth of content.
I'm just gonna cut it, print, ship.
Yeah, don't even fix this shit.
Cut it, print, ship.
Cut it, ship it, print it.
No, you print it, then you ship it.
No, it was on purpose.
Oh, got you.
I quit.
I'd definitely be cutting some of this out. Oh, yeah. Kate went to Saugatuck when she visited. It's awesome there.
Oh, it's a great place. Now it is in winter mode. So
yeah,
a lot is shut down, including ice cream. So anyways, we end up going.
Google says.
I was so mad at Google. But you ended up getting your ice cream.
I did.
In the greatest city. It wasn't thumbs down. You just ordered the wrong thing.
That ice cream sucked.
Well, first of all, you ordered soft serve instead of hard serve. You were talking about having hard serve. I know it's not hard serve, but I don't know what's
But the problem is it's not a problem. I can get Hudsonville ice cream at the grocery store. Yep. I don't want to eat Hudsonville ice cream when I go to an ice cream place. I want to eat something different because I can't get soft serve at the grocery store mixed in with delicious flavors. So
I think you ordered the wrong one. Anyway, so we went to Saugatuck. And the first place we went told us 45-minute wait and then a live band. And that sounds awful when you're trying to have a meal and talk.
You forgot about the best part of that restaurant.
What's the best? Oh,
the drunk lady that got turned away.
Was so drunk. Remember how when we were coming in, she didn't want us to go in front of her?
Yeah,
too. And then they were trying to kick her out. And
yeah, basically this lady was so drunk. This is at like 6:20, y'all, and we're going to eat. And she stumbles in, and there's a server like waiting tables, like not even the bartender. He's like, no, not tonight, not tonight, and basically wouldn't seat her at the bar. And there was 2 open seats, so that was interesting for our first experience in that restaurant. But
well, she wasn't even just stumbling. She had a friend holding her up.
Oh yeah, it was like she has a problem.
As Jason said, she was 5 sheets though. I thought she was 3.
Did you say 3 sheets? You said 5 sheets.
I think I said 3, and you told me it was actually 5 sheets to the wind.
Oh. Any guys? No, we didn't go to the Butler or Coral Gables. We went to, we were going to go to Wix.
Yep.
That was first. So Wix was out, live band. We wanted to talk. That wasn't going to happen.
Because the last couple times we've gone places, you thought it was too loud, and then we couldn't talk. So we're okay, we're not going to do live band. That's going to be super loud. And it was like coming back, it was way too loud.
I'm fine with that kind of stuff, but I wanted to connect with you guys. So
yeah. So then we walked. What place did we end up? Wally's. And we ended up going past your favorite pizza place ever,
the Mitten Brewing, which Kate went to, the one in Grand Rapids. I met her there.
Okay. The one in Saugatuck has 4 seats.
Literally.
and instead of like your name, you actually stand in line and wait for that. So we ended up going to Wally's. Should have been a 45-minute wait.
It was roughly that, wasn't it?
Now it was over an hour
Was it? I was drinking.
because of those terrible people.
Yeah.
I hope those people listen to the show and are shamed. If you were at Wally's in Saugatuck from 6 to 8 o'clock at night or whatever amount of time you sat there
F you.
in that middle booth,
I hope you get hemorrhoids.
I hope that food made you throw up.
Yeah, out of both ends.
Both ends at the same time. You couldn't catch it all. Your bathroom was a mess. That is what I hope happened to you.
Basically, we were waiting and waiting and waiting, and this one table wouldn't get up. Even the server was like, "Oh, you're almost, you're cashed out. We got people waiting." I mean, they spent their time there. I feel like I want to go back and talk to that hostess, and see if they actually tipped any extra. So
I know we should have asked her right away. Be like,
yeah,
hey,
we should have.
How much did they actually tip?
Yeah.
Well, because I think it was the owner who actually said, "Hey, you guys are finished up. Do you guys want to go to the
bar?
To the bar,
yeah,
finish drinking there." And they're like, "Nope, still got some drink left." There's one guy, and it's
Kate. One thing though that I thought it was interesting, and maybe I'm used to the city life, but none of those restaurants had a texting and or system to let people know when to come back. So we stood in Wally's. None of these three drank. I got 2 beers down in that time. And by the second beer, I was enjoying myself, and
he was enjoying himself by himself.
Yeah, by myself with my hands. But anyways, all in all, I think it went well. And then we went and got the worst ice cream known to man at Captain Sunday.
After you broke in, they were trying to close down the lobby.
No, it was 8:57, bro.
Oh, you're that guy.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I think you just ordered the wrong thing, or you don't like caramel.
No, it's caramel.
No, there's an A. C-A-R-A. That's not a silent A.
It's not. It's caramel.
Stop muting me. Stop muting me. Oh.
There goes Kate's ears again.
Kate's never.
But either way, the ice cream wasn't good. I got a Butterfinger sundae, and it just.
Of course, a Butterfinger is gonna have caramel in it.
No, it doesn't. I get Butterfinger flurries all the time, and I like caramel. Anyways, it sucked. I'm never going back. That's not true. I'll go back. It's ice cream. I'll try something different.
Captain Sunday. Otherwise you'll be going out to the beach in Holland and get no ice cream because that's the only place on the way there.
Oh, the one on the left-hand side, it's like a general store, right? In red.
Oh,
like
no, farther back there's an actual whole I guess there is the general store.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. That was our hangout. I will give it. Let's rate all these. We should rate them. I'm gonna give the hangout about an 8.
Wow.
I will give the food about a 6.5.
Ooh. So you weren't too impressed with your burger?
It was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have ordered burger. Okay, now did you not like it because it was actually messy, which meant it was actually like juicy?
No, I don't mind the messiness.
Okay.
That's how you know it was messy because of the bacon jam. I just didn't think the bacon jam wasn't as flavorful as I've had before. I mean, I'm not a food connoisseur by any means, but I usually try to get a burger when I go to a place for the first time, because if the burger is insane, the rest of the food's probably good. And it was okay. It was 6, maybe a 7. I'll give it a 7.
The thing you should have gotten was the brisket burger.
I don't like brisket
because you don't like real meat. I know. You like the really lean and
I don't like fat on my meat. Jeez.
Anyways, so that was the hangout. Jason, tell me something else that happened in your week.
Well, one of the things that happened is I again got hit by a car while running.
Okay, so I'm a really bad friend. I've forgotten that you've gotten hit by a car before.
Now, when I say hit, I'm being dramatic. I didn't fall down, but this one pushed me back a little bit.
What?
Yes. So I'll try to set the stage. Basically, you're at an intersection, and this person is going to turn onto a main road right. Okay. So I'm right on the corner waiting to cross. We saw each other drive. Like, I looked at her, she looked at me. Now, the way the sun was hitting, I couldn't quite make eye contact because my goal is to make eye contact. She sees me. I'm like, so this is a little bit on me. She sees me. So the light turns green for me, and I got the white guy, like, time to cross. I start running. She didn't see any traffic on the left, and she goes.
Oh, no.
And it bumped me, and then I slammed my hands on the hood, and then I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like that. And
Yeah.
it just kept on running.
So was she scared?
Oh, I'm sure I was scared because I probably hit the hood.
Oh, yeah.
But again, I understand what she did. I think we all do as humans. We don't double check that second time.
Yeah.
So you look right, even though you're turning right, you glance right, you look left, sweet is clear, I better go. And you don't look right again and you hit the gas. I do it too.
So did you get hurt at all? Was
No.
there anything like you're like, hey, I should have sued her or anything like that?
No. I'm being dramatic. But it did bump me back like
Which
a
is
little bit.
Probably more shocking than
Yeah,
anything.
I more just kind of like I was kind of prepared for it, but like usually they'll start rolling and stop. She didn't stop.
That is the thing as a runner. So now like you are more responsible and you'll actually try to make eye contact. I will just assume I have the right of way and you better not hit me is how I normally run.
Yeah, and that's dangerous. And again, I am aggressive on the right of way because like, but the thing is we sat there for like 10 seconds before it turned green this way. So like she was slowing down because it was turning red for her.
Yeah.
And so she was waiting for the traffic to start again. But then even the next intersection at Ivan Rest and 28th, this was at Ivan Rest and Prairie. You know where that is. Ivan Rest and 28. I'm waiting for the thing to cross because I'm going to go in the trail way down there. This lady with her hand in her phone decides she needs to be in the right lane as it's coming to slowing down. She parks right in front of the crosswalk.
Oh.
And then guess what? It turns green for me. So what did I do? I ran right up to her car.
Yep.
Went really close to it, went ding, ding with my hands, and then kept on running.
Jason's gonna get shot one of these days.
I know.
For taking his hands on.
I know. So I'm not as bold as you, but it is infuriating to me when people don't look for runners or anybody.
You're like, just please pay attention. And I'm not going to sit there and wait for you to keep going through. Like, you have to wait for me.
Right. That's the whole point of it. And that's relatively pedestrian heavy, like Prairie and Ivan Rest with people catching the bus and stuff. So it's not uncommon for someone to be there.
No one cares about runners.
They don't. So yeah, I got hit. So what about you? Anything else?
Anything else?
I don't know. Why can't I go into the pro plan on that PodFast?
We suck.
Bullshit.
Oh my goodness.
Kate said at like 7:16 she's dead. I don't know what that is, but
Does that mean coffee?
It could have been.
So it was sunny Sunday, and that was amazing.
Saturday was even better.
Saturday,
I will let you know my solar outproduced my electricity that day.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that.
Yeah,
Saturday was pretty good, but Sunday was good. And then we, as a family, took a hike. With our dog and our son, who did not want to go at first.
Of course,
and he acted like we were torturing him to go. But then, as we go, he starts to talk. He starts to enjoy it. And you know how much I had to hold myself back and not be like, I told you so.
Yes.
But I was like, nope, don't want to ruin this for next week. But it was beautiful. It was so nice out.
Yeah.
It made me actually a little, I think like the seasonal light has more impact than I realized.
Yeah.
I know I should get a satellite or plug in my little lamp light I have, but it's like, why can't we have this more often? Why does Michigan have to be so terrible?
So depressing.
We're like one of the cloudiest places in the United States.
Really? Even more than Seattle?
Oh, we have more cloudy days in Seattle. Somebody told me a place in Ohio has even more cloudy days than us, but we are like very top.
I think it is a myth that Seattle is cloudy all the time. During the winter, the rainy season, it rains all the time. But I think in this, the sun is magical.
Sun and going for a hike, beautiful things.
One of the things that's magical, as I've noticed as I've raised these brats, that they really like to have conversation when they're not looking at you.
Yes.
So if you're walking along or you're in the car, my son Nolte, he would be a chatterbox with us when he was in the car. But if we were like trying to talk to him like face to face, nada.
Yeah. The thing I've noticed about car though is with now more technology, that's kind of taken that away.
Yeah, I can see that.
So that's a little bit less now. So like on the hike, we're not going to let him sit on his phone.
No.
And there's no Pokemon to catch out in the middle of a field. So there's advantage of that. But I was like, oh, this is actually nice, and this is what normal people throughout the country get to experience.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
in
the
this-
sun is just. I cannot wait to go to Florida. Like,
Oh, I'm so
and
jealous.
and when we're in Florida, like it's supposed to be like a high of like 26 here for the 3
I
or 4
thought you were gonna
days.
say there. I was
Oh.
like, that sucks for you.
No, if it's above 50 and sunny, I'm gonna be happy.
Even though you're gonna be inside the whole
I
time.
know, I know.
Megan's gonna be the one who actually enjoys it.
Yeah, she's gonna be soaking up the sun.
And you're gonna just be pale and white sitting in,
Yeah.
you know what, you should skip all of them and just go enjoy Florida.
You know, I didn't pay for the ticket, so I might be just like, you know what? Fuck it.
You know how tempting that would be, especially
Oh,
especially when
if it's really nice.
nice and when she's going to Harry Potter land.
I don't want to go to that.
What?
No, thank you.
Can we even be friends?
I love Harry Potter. I love watching the movies, but I'm not going to some entertainment thing. I'm not like that.
No, but okay. Here's the thing about Harry Potter land. They've made it actually good enough where you actually kind of feel like you're part of it.
I'm sure I would enjoy it, but I'm not. I'd rather spend my money on something else. You know, I'm sure it's going to be a $250 day for her. You know what I mean? And so then you double that with me. It's just like, I'd rather, you know, we talked about getting ink or eating a nice dinner out, or
what if you eat a nice dinner there? There actually are nice places to eat.
no.
What if you would eat at the restaurant? Is it Hogsmeade? What's the restaurant in?
I don't know. I've
Harry
never
Potter.
gone. I don't care.
I'm
I'm not going.
You should. Anyways, you are going to be near the sun, but not actually in the sun.
True.
But it should feel good. Or during every break, Jason just runs out.
Yeah.
These people from down south are like, it's 52. Why are you out there?
Yeah. Why are you in short? Like, you're going to be able to spot the people from the north like a sore thumb.
Can you imagine me? I'm in shorts right now coming here.
Yeah.
Imagine me down there. I'd just be in a t-shirt or a tank top.
Yeah. Wife beater.
The fat hanging out of the tank top. And
Muffin topping.
Been like, yep, it's who cares?
I
My pale
don't care.
skin.
I'll never see. Well, I might see some of the podcast people again.
Yeah, because maybe you'll become a famous podcaster and you could like listen to episode 204
Yeah.
of my show. It's the greatest one ever. Jason, what's something else that happened with your week?
So we talked about, you know, the saga of the bus. We talked about the testing last week and how it went. That was last week, right? You looked at me like a deer in headlights, like I missed it.
I was just making sure
Okay.
like we actually talked about it on the show and not in real life.
Yeah, I know. We did talk about it. So I passed all those. I've been starting to train and everything. And basically there's a couple more tests. There's a couple skills tests, and then there's an inspection. It's like an 80-point inspection from the inside all the way around.
Okay.
Boom. So that's going pretty good. My trainer, Angie, is changing things up. She does like a little bit of inspection, then we go drive. So one of the tests in the skill drive, it's called alley dock. So basically you have to back the bus up into a parking spot, but you would be like, going to like unload a semi. So there's like a dock there, like a fake dock at the testing place. Okay. She's like, all right, you got to back up. And then basically there's this part in the bus that visually, when this hits the line, it looks like a T. That's how you know you've backed up.
Okay.
Appropriately. She's like, do you want to do it? I was like, yep, I want to do it. She's like, you do? I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And she's like, do you want me to do it first? I'm like, yeah, why don't you do it first? So she does it, hits the imaginary wall when she's showing me, because there's a wall there. So think about it. You're starting on driver's side and you're just basically backing up like this.
Yep.
So she hits the wall, repositions, and then she does it. And you get 2 repositions and 2 get outs to see if you're close enough. So I get in that sucker. First time I put that bitch right in there.
Nice.
Didn't hit a cone and was like 1 inch off from where I needed to be when I backed up.
Okay.
But I mean, it was like almost questionable.
And is that close enough to count in the actual test?
No, what I would have done is, before I said I'm complete,
you check it.
I get out. I'm not gonna be cocky. I'm gonna use that time to get out and look, because you have the opportunity to do it.
Use it.
Yep. So I was super proud of that. And she was just like, I guess we don't have to really worry about the driving. I was like, it's just a longer vehicle. It's got a tight turning pattern. Like,
which is crazy to me that a bus has a tight turn.
It's super tight.
Really?
Like, you wouldn't believe how tight this turn was, and I was able to just put it right in.
So are there some tests for this that would normally be for trucks, but you have to do it with a bus?
Yeah, but you're doing it with a trailer. Can you imagine that?
But I mean, like for docking. So even though you're driving a bus and you will never dock with the bus, you still have to because of the type of test you're taking?
Yeah, I think it's just more to see your skills, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
It's with the government. You know, they
Yeah.
fucking want to test you on everything.
We're going to talk about them later, I think.
Yeah.
Stupid
So,
government.
but anyways, I don't often say this out loud, but like I was proud of myself.
Yeah.
And I
you
know
should be.
I know, but it's hard for me to say that. But I was like, oh, I wrote in the rundown when I was right. I'm a bad bitch when I drive the bus.
There should be a song about that.
There's a song called Bad Bitch.
Yeah, but
I think it's Lizzo.
You should somehow make it about
The
driving
bus?
a bus. Just don't sing it with little kids. Only high schoolers do.
Don't
sing that
challenge
version.
me. I'll grab her music and I'll just rip it without the words and put my
Yeah,
own
you should do that. So, and one I think for you, because like you were pretty down last week, even with passing the test, because
yeah.
like a written test is not your forte. Like that is my forte. I mean, I can pass.
Okay, so
tests.
so circling back,
Yeah.
are we gonna do this?
I know. I just got to get down to Granville or Wyoming
Yeah,
in the middle of the week and do it.
I'll come out to Holland. There's Secretary of State out in Holland.
Oh, is it just normal Secretary of State?
Yeah, you can go anywhere.
Oh.
You just schedule it.
Oh, I thought it was some special, like, just Secretary of State.
Yeah,
How much does it cost again?
it's free.
It's free?
Yeah, you just say, hey, I'm here to take. You have to fill out one form.
Okay.
That says, and I can send you a picture of what you need to fill out.
Oh.
You hand it to them. They're like, okay, 3 tests: passenger, bus, and CDL. Computer number 7. Come back when you're done.
Okay, and Jason's just sitting there filming. Secretary of State says, please don't film. He's just sitting there.
I know. Yeah, it'll have to be on the honor system. You have to tell me what you get because I don't think I can film. I think they'll know something's up in a real hurry. So.
They'll be like, hey, why is this guy taking advantage of our system? No, but it has to feel good, though, after that to be able to, like, do another part. Now, I know it's not the test yet, but to, like, kind of be awesome at it.
Yeah, it feels good. And honestly, it's a lot of training to become a bus driver. Like,
which is good.
It is good. And honestly, those people, I watched them one day in the afternoon. They do their inspection every day.
Yeah.
Now, I will say it's probably not as detailed, but they definitely check all their lights because they can get popped for that from the state police.
And it's dangerous for the kids.
Right. But I mean, they want you to check the frame around the gas tank every time. I mean,
yeah, that and no, but like for lights, I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Like the reason, I mean, I get why they do lights because
100%.
Yeah, maybe you'll get dinged for it, but also people will be less likely to stop.
Oh, did you know? I found this out.
No.
That their newer buses are coming installed with cameras on the stop signs that go out.
Oh, nice.
And now you don't even, they just take a picture and it's a $500 ticket. And what you do as a driver, you go to dispatch, hey, at this time on this street. And then the lady can pull the hard drive.
No
She
way.
sends it to the sheriff's department.
And they just write the ticket.
They just write the ticket and send it in the mail.
Okay, so here's a question. I've done it both ways. So now we're gonna get bus questions. If we are on a four-lane road and the person's going the opposite way, they're all the way to the other side, does the other person the other way have to stop?
No. See, technically on a 4-lane road, that bus driver shouldn't be turning on their 4-ways. They should be only turning on their hazards because no child will be crossing a 4-lane.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you see it, I mean, you can stop, but technically you don't have to because no one's crossing that street for a four-lane road.
Okay, so 4-lane. What if it's 2 with a turn lane? So it's
you have
3.
to stop.
Okay. And I stop there. It's always the 4. I'm always like, because there's a couple spots in Holland, it's 2 each way, and I'm like, I'm not sure if I should stop or not.
Yeah, and like I said, they don't. I guess Granville has the policy, like on Wilson, it's 4 lanes in a turn lane, or no, maybe it's not turn lane, but they don't put their lights on for that because the kids will not be crossing.
Well, I don't think the kids were going to cross, but like you still are like, I'm not sure.
Well, you know what people do all the time? They slow down for the ambers. Like you don't have to slow down for those. Now, if you can see the bus is almost at a stop, you might want to do it.
Yeah.
But people do it all the time. People slow down for the damn hazards on like Wilson. I'm like, you don't have to stop.
But at least they're not being idiots and
you're right. At least
kids.
They're being cautious. I would appreciate that more than them being dicks.
Yeah.
So
Jason, I am Dr. Google. Dr. Google himself. And I've diagnosed myself with a need to play video games. So the other day, I was talking to someone who's a few years older than me, and we're talking about Zelda because Cam just got Zelda.
Legend of Zelda, like the OG game.
No, he has Zelda and Breath of the Wild,
Okay.
which is the one for the Switch right now.
It's like new updated?
7. Well, it was 7 years ago. It's the newest one. They're supposed to come out with the one in May. And he's just talking about how he has like beat the whole thing and done that. And I'm like, you know what? You seem like a balanced, calm person. And I bet it's because instead of being on your phone scrolling TikTok, you spend your time playing Zelda. And I bet that's actually better for mental health
100%.
than being online.
Same with Call of Duty. I know you're like, quote unquote, killing people.
Okay, so the same person, most calm person in the world. Apparently, until his Xbox broke a few years ago, he played Call of Duty. He is the most mild-mannered person. Like you, I totally get playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, I'm not mild-mannered.
You are the Call of Duty person who I could see just like dropping F-bombs on people.
Yeah, well, I actually don't. Well, I don't chat, so.
If I can see you if you chatted.
Oh, yeah.
So apparently this guy, when he would kill people, all he would do is say, haha. Every time he killed someone, that's all he would do is, haha. So anyway.
I'd report him. Get him banned.
For what? For being good and killing you all the time. Anyways, so I'm like, this guy is actually really balanced and calm. And I know Zelda, but I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like he can like, after a long day, just unwind, doing that bad. I bet that's better.
Yeah, and Zelda is like different because it's strategy based, and it's more like you're figuring stuff out. I mean, Call of Duty, you drop into a map and like let's go.
Yeah,
like
it's killing all the time.
And
yeah.
It's fast. It's you got to think on your feet. Whereas Zelda, you can spend time to meticulously got it the second time.
Good job.
Barely. Go through the map, and it's not like a one-on-one shooter player. It's more just like figuring it out.
Yeah, and there's certain creatures that will come attack
for sure.
you. Like when Cam's playing it, but I'm like, I bet that would be way better for me. So
yeah,
I haven't done it yet, but I've diagnosed myself with needing to play video games. And I think for mental health, and that seems so odd to me. And I know I've been adverse to it because we all know those guys, and maybe you were that guy. So like, I don't mean to bash you, but like, who hide from their family and wives for hours on end playing video games. Like they will not engage. They will be playing video games 4, 5, 6 hours every night, no matter what. Like, I don't want to be that guy.
I do struggle with being down here, but most of the time I'm working on podcasts and stuff. It's not that. I mean, usually, like last week I played a little bit more. I probably played like 5 hours for the whole week.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, but like, I might play. I can't do more than like an hour, and I actually get bored. Like if I'm playing with Nolte, him and I play a lot together.
Okay.
I can play for a couple hours,
Yeah.
but usually it's an hour. I'm just like, you know me, I can't sit still. Like even though this is like action, I'm just like, all right, I gotta go do something else. Like,
so then what Cam and I decided though is we need a bigger TV down there.
How big's the TV now?
It's only is that one a 24-inch down
oh
there?
gosh,
I know.
This is like a 24-inch monitor.
No, it's bigger than that. Okay, no, 32. It's a 32.
32. Okay,
which is still, but then when you're playing, especially Mario Kart, and you get to 4, it's like you have this big a window.
Yeah.
So anyways, Cam and I are going to go in together and get a TV, even though Natalie is like,
well, why don't you just wait till tax time? I mean, the TVs are cheap now. I mean, at Walmart, they have an 80-inch TV for $700. Now, 80 is too big.
Yeah.
But that's a 52.
Yeah.
And you can get those for like $400.
You can get some, I think, up to a 50-inch for under $300.
Yeah. It's dirt cheap.
Like $250. Like that is the way to go. So anyways, I've diagnosed myself with needing to play video games. I think Zelda is what I'll do because we have the Switch. I don't want to buy an Xbox.
Yeah, they're so expensive.
So I think playing like something like Zelda, which will just be a chill out adventure.
And there's a ton of games on the Switch.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they don't have Call of Duty, but they have a lot of adventure games.
We also kind of have the rule for our kid where anywhere there's blood with killing, we don't do. Or if the person looks human like.
Oh gosh, no. Yeah.
I know. That's just the rule.
There's nothing wrong with that. At a certain age though, when they're like 16 and they kind of get, you gotta balance your kid.
I know, it's so hard.
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad for being that parent.
No, don't feel bad. I mean, my daughter hates it that I shut her screens off at 7 o'clock or that they can't have their screens in their bedroom. So everyone's got their thing. So don't feel bad.
So funny side story, but kind of going with it. So growing up, our neighbors, hyper conservative.
Yeah.
Like the most conservative people, like Sunday, they weren't allowed outside. They couldn't swim in their pool, nothing. They had Doom.
Oh, wow.
I know. Like, looking back on that, I was like, what in the world is wrong with these people that they wouldn't like allow anything? But then they had Doom, which is like, from the depths of hell comes Satan's minions, and you must kill them. And it's like, what in the world
Yeah.
were they thinking?
Everyone's got a line, though.
But it's a really weird line of
That
like,
is a weird line.
that is the thing we're gonna allow is like demons and darkness, and
Yeah,
it was really bloody at the time.
it would be like them being obsessed with Harry Potter.
Yeah,
You know, the wizardry and stuff, but then you're like, I can't go outside on Sunday and all that other stuff.
yeah.
Annoying.
Jason, what else happened for your week?
Last thing is just I gotta stop procrastinating.
Really, explain more.
I have just had, well, after I edited my ass off on Sunday, I had one episode that took me 3.5 hours. It was for a client.
Okay, good. I'm like, how bad did we do?
I had another one that took 2 hours, and then I had to do threads basically last night I did it. So, and it's just like all week I was just, I say this saying, I don't know if it's right or not. I said, dick in the dog, just like kicking the can, dick in the dog. Yeah. I'm sure it's something like with bestiality.
Yeah.
But
it's a good thing we marked all of our episodes explicit.
Yeah.
What was the button you were trying to play?
I was trying to play That's What She Said, dick in the dog, but it was low.
That's what she said.
So yeah, I was just all week, and remember last week I didn't have my car for a couple days, and so there was no excuse. Like I had that big one from my client like on Tuesday.
So what? Okay, but now I'm not trying to like let you off the hook because I don't like to, but like you were still busy doing stuff even though you couldn't do gigs.
Yes.
Now was it actual busy, or did you think you made yourself a little busier?
Yes and no. I mean, I knew that one was going to be a long one, and I was just like,
yep, been there.
This one's. I mean, I don't mind editing threads because like once I mix the sound, I put it on 1.5, and I can just zoom.
Yeah.
But these other ones, it's real time, and oh my gosh.
So when you edit, do you have a problem doing just part of it at a time and then picking it back up, or do you like?
No.
Okay, I didn't know if you needed to do it all at once.
No, I break. Like one of my clients, I did it, and then I had to go get groceries, and then came back, and like, yeah, I don't have a problem. I just have to make sure you hit the save button before you.
So you wouldn't have a problem doing it over the course of a couple nights?
No, but I'd rather not.
Yeah,
it's hard to track time, like how I bill and stuff.
Yeah,
I get paid hourly for that one. So
have you thought about having a stopwatch for each client?
No, but I do have like a spreadsheet, but I just I write it on a sticky note.
Yeah.
And
I feel like if you could do a stopwatch, you would feel more.
I'd
free.
fuck it up. I have to write it down. I have to be able to look at it. I am going to accidentally hit reset and be like, all right, well,
I work for free now.
I work for free. So yeah, just in general, like this morning, I had this epiphany last night with the procrastinating. I was like, this morning I had extra time. I scheduled all social media for both shows this morning. I'm like, I could sit on TikTok for 20 minutes or I can get this shit done. And so tonight when we're done and I hit stop, I'm done.
You're
like,
done.
I don't have to do anything. So
you can check in with Megan.
I can check in with Megan.
How have those been going? We're going way off topic.
Yeah, they've been going okay.
Have you guys been consistent or not as consistent?
We've been consistent every week. It's just there's not been a lot cooking.
Okay.
Which is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I kind of ruddy, but not terrible. They're not been bad.
Okay.
So
there's just lots of noises all of a sudden. And I was like, tell me the real truth. That's Jason's.
Well, it was her words to say that it was kind of ruddy. That wasn't me.
Oh.
So and
what does that mean? What does that mean to you
guys? I just think is like, she says, how are you? And I said, I'm good. I'm feeling good. Like, I feel like maybe she wants more feedback or more interaction or talking, which what I look at it is like she usually has a lot, not bad, but she needs to talk a lot of stuff out. And usually that stuff pops in my head when I do it. So that's all I think she was talking about is just the slowness of getting things going. And when she does ask me, I don't have a lot to bring to the table in that moment.
Yeah. Well, because sometimes like Nail and I have kind of talked through this too. It's like, that's how you do it. I'm doing good. But like, I know it feels like there needs to be more questions to dig deeper. Sometimes with guys.
One of the questions that we try to ask, how can I support you today or this week?
That's fair.
Or how can I support you is a big one. Or how can I make you feel more comfortable? Or is there anything you need from me this week?
Yeah.
So we try to ask those questions. So
what if she asks you what you've been thinking about? Sometimes guys, like if you ask how a guy's feeling, they're like, I'm feeling fine. But if you ask what they're thinking about,
Yeah.
it's all sorts of things.
Yeah, that's a good one too. But usually my brain's like, you know what I mean? Like you.
What have you been thinking about this week? What's been keeping you up?
Yeah. No, I usually talk about that. If I have trouble sleeping, I'm like, this is what I was thinking about. Like, and she thinks it's like, I say it's not anxiety, but she's like, it kind of is. Because I say, I'm not worried about it.
Amen. I agree with her.
I'm not.
We had this talk last time.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm just thinking about it. Like, oh, I got to get this done. I need to reorganize this. What if we did this? You know what I mean? So,
see, and that's where I have not struggled with anxiety on a mass scale. So, like, is anxiety thinking about it or worrying about it? And where's that line?
Well, if it causes you to lose sleep, it's anxiety.
So, like the other week when you said it wasn't anxiety when you were being up, it actually was anxiety.
But as we talked about it, and as Megan talked to me about it, I'm more on board of thinking that is a low level of anxiety.
A lower level, yep.
Yeah, because if it interrupts your sleep, now it doesn't mean if you wake up, you think of something, you go right back to sleep.
Well,
that doesn't count.
Yeah.
But if you just lay there and be like,
okay, thinking through this.
I feel like that's low level anxiety.
Low level anxiety.
So last up for you, we had a coffee date with the infamous
terrible transition. I had a great transition.
Well, you have been transitioning all of them, so I thought I'd step in.
Like, Mike, what else happened with your week?
That's not a. What was the transition? Just do it, and I'll tell you. I'm going to rate it. Do it.
So, Jason, on Friday, coffee with Ben.
That's your transition.
And it was good. That's all. On the table too.
I hate you.
Please.
Fucking hate you.
Please keep listening, people. So, anyways, Ben, if you don't know the backstory, Ben and Jason broke up last year, late December. There was an incident that happened with all three of us there, and I was kind of left going, what in the world? So, anyways, there was what in the world? There's been some weird tension between Ben and I, but less than you and Ben. Because the main thing was you two, and I was kind of caught in the crossfires. Yeah. Ben and I met last February or March, just to kind of talk through what happened and the hurt that he had done towards me. He apologized then. He had talked about, hey, do you want to continue conversation? And I was like, well, first of all, I have Israel. That was a big deal. I said, once I get back from Israel, I never got back to him. Kind of dropped the ball. But I was always feeling like if you two weren't friends, I was like feeling comfortable trying to pursue any friendship with him, because it would just end up being this weird triangulation that I tried to avoid as adults. And it wasn't you saying I couldn't be, but it was me just it was just me going, that's weird, because there's tension between friends. I don't want to sit there and live in that, because I am not in middle school. Right. I do not want to live that again. Like, that's middle school, high school. Don't want to do that. So you guys reconnected what? December? November?
No. No, sometime in December.
Was it December?
Yeah, it was before Christmas. Yeah, like 2 weeks before Christmas, I think.
And then you guys hung out a second time.
Yep, went and had over Christmas break when the kids were on break. I think a couple days after Christmas, we went to dinner or lunch.
Oh, lunch. And he paid for you. He didn't pay for me. You know?
Yeah.
Sorry, Ben. Call Ben out of that. Like, Ben. I was kind of like awkwardly waiting, like, hey, you bought for Jason. What about me? He did it. So, anyways, we see how this all goes. Sorry, Ben. So, anyways, Ben and I met, and I was early and he was late. It felt like a weird turn of events. I was only early because I got a haircut in the east side of Holland at 1:30, done at 2. And I was like, well, I'm not going to go home. I'm just going to go right there. So I kind of
Did you meet out in Holland?
No, we met out in Hudsonville. So I had to drive to Hudsonville, which was 20 minutes. I was there 10 minutes early. Never happens. I would never leave my house to be 10 minutes early.
Where did you go in Hudsonville?
317, the coffee shop.
Never heard of it.
I know it's right on Chicago Drive.
Was it good?
Right next to Wing Doozy.
Okay.
So it was good.
What kind of coffee did you have?
Black decaf coffee.
Just black?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good brewed stuff, especially for decaf. So it was good.
Decaf.
It was 2:30.
So?
Do you know if I had regular coffee then?
Really? You don't drink any caffeine after like noon?
I'm fine with pop or soda. It's coffee past 2. Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
sometimes
that.
even 1, depending on the day. And all of a sudden, I'll forget about it. I'll be in bed. I'll be like reading. And I'll be like, yeah, I'm falling asleep. I'm like, oh crap, I had coffee. So, and then again, Ben got some fancy drink because that's what he does. He's a fancy coffee drinker. So we're there and talking. And overall, it was good. Ben asked about what happened with the church because he's been through some of that
for sure.
So I was able to share it in a way, and just he was able to understand what had happened and that had happened, and so just able to process through that. We talked a little bit more through kind of what had happened, but then also more. He just shared spots where he had been in, healing spots for him, and so I was like, okay, like yeah, I understand that you're a different person than who was back in December of 21.
I mean, so again, I know Ben listens to this, and when we have him on, he can talk. I don't know if he's different yet. I think he was just in a really bad spot, and maybe he's done some change. I can't tell that because I haven't spent enough time with him.
Yeah, and it's hard to know, right? Like you're listening to a story, and you're like, I can see some difference in how you're coming to this interaction with me, but maybe that's different though.
I could see some of that too, and just like him speaking about like, hey, I don't want to get on Telegram again because like I realized like the notifications on Telegram, and then like even talked about gig work where it's just constantly like you're just bombarded with stuff, and it just kind of overwhelmed him. And I'm like, I totally get that, man.
Well, and I was proud of him. So because we had talked about meeting at 3, and then but the coffee shop, and that was the latest open, Hudsonville, closed at 4. He's like, do you mind moving it 30 minutes earlier because I hate to push when people are closing, like it gives me anxiety. I was like, yeah,
okay,
thanks for naming that.
Yeah,
like because again, right, I think the hardest thing in friendships is when you don't know
exactly
what stresses somebody. You're like, I don't even know that stressed you, so
right,
you're sitting here stressed, I have no idea. So like I'm proud of him for that, of growth. Now again, like we haven't hung out much. Like is it like permanent growth? I don't know.
Yeah,
you could say the same thing about me. I don't know. So I left there going, okay, like I'm glad we were able to meet. Again, I think I was where with you. I don't know where the friendship goes from here.
Yeah.
I think maybe it'd be good to have him on.
Yeah, but here's the next question. The next time all of us are together, is it in here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do it with a mic in front of our face. Let's record it. Let's I don't know. I feel like let's just go big or go home with that one. Now, does that make you nervous?
No, it doesn't at all, actually.
Okay.
If it made me nervous, I wouldn't have probably even met with them. You know what I mean? Like I'm completely comfortable in here.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I think that he was talking a little bit too, like he was just talking so ironic with you, the words you use, because there was a hatchet that he had just refound in his house.
That's so funny. Because he had that shit quick. Like when I texted him, it was like 20 seconds.
Yeah, he said, I think within the last hour or the hour just before you texted, he had, I don't know, seen a hatchet that was in his garage. He's like, oh, this shouldn't be here. We have that stuff in your garage.
Yeah.
You finally noticed. And then you texted, hey, let's bury the hatchet.
I know. So it's kind of fate. Like if someone said bury the hatchet, I'm gonna have to dig through my workbench to find it. There's no way.
Where is it?
I'm not pulling like in 20 seconds that out. So
and no, I asked Ben if he actually had buried that one yet, and he said no. I was like, maybe you should symbolic. Oh, you guys should do it together. Oh wow, holding hands. Yeah, and then bury the hatchet.
But where would we bury it? We can't bury it in my yard because it's got to be neutral territory.
Vitale's in Hudsonville.
Oh, I did think about our next. No, you hate when I say this. Fantasize about going to Vitale's and going to the same table and having lunch when we were finally ready to.
I don't remember you actually saying that. And if I hated it, I don't remember you saying
No, you didn't.
Oh.
I was thinking about, I meant saying like I say the word fantasize, or maybe it's Megan that doesn't like it. Like she thinks it has to do with sexiness. And I'm like, it doesn't. It's just
you can fantasize about a lot of things.
Yeah, for sure.
Megan and her dirty mind.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, she was the one who were hanging out. She was so drunk without alcohol, she ran into the bush.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we can't trust her with that.
Touché.
Can't trust that, Megan.
Yeah.
So anyways, that was hanging out with him. Do you have any questions? Because I purposely didn't talk about this with you.
Kate, I know where I'd bury a hatchet into someone.
That's what she said.
She's talking about Zane.
Oh, I know.
Oh, got you. No, I think you hit it. I was just curious, selfishly, I want to know what you talked about me. It's not my business.
Very, very little.
Yeah, well, that's disappointing.
But like, it was
I
about
should be the center of attention anywhere you are.
Of course, you would think that.
Just saying. No, I'm glad it went well. It doesn't surprise me the way it went. I'm assuming it would. So
Yeah. And again, there was very little like, oh, about Jason. But again, he was just saying, even I was proud of him even for naming Telegram, like of not being able to listen to them for a while at work and going, wonder what people are talking about. And then his brain started
yes.
right. And that's okay. Yeah, I totally get that. I think even Megan was talking about that a little bit. Like sometimes you'll leave long and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but you kind of want to know.
Yeah.
So I can get that.
Yeah, and he's found that that's a trigger for him, all the notifications. So he's like, hey,
figure it out. Yeah.
If he didn't ask me to text him here, but he's like, thanks for texting me in here. I'm like, it's fine. I mean, if you don't want to go on Telegram, I'm not going to. He's used to me peer pressuring him to do shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't even ask him. I was like, I'll send you a voice message in here. I don't give a shit. As long as I can send a voice message, I'm fine because I hate texting.
But Apple makes it such a pain to voice
it
text.
Does. They even with iOS 16, it's supposed to be better. It's still 2-button test.
It's worse.
Yeah, because you have to do 2 buttons
Yeah.
to get it to record instead of just hitting it.
I know.
And swiping up.
It's worse. It is actually worse. Apple, if you're listening, you made it worse. And Apple, I found out that on Android, you can name a group whether it has just Android users or Apple users or both.
You can't do that
on Apple. As soon as there's an Android user, you can't name your group chat.
That's stupid.
So Apple, get your crap.
You know what
together.
else you can't do? You can't leave a chat.
Oh, that's the
I'm
worst.
stuck in a parent chat in this neighborhood, and we talked about that neighbor kid. Remember the issue that we had? It was during Sullers. That lady never knows where her kid is, so it's all, and I can't get out of it. I have to ask whoever created it, and it's awkward, right? I don't know who did it, and be like, hey, can you just remove me from this chat? Because it's got to be the creator of it, because there's Android phones in there.
Oh, can she even do that, though? I don't know.
I think I can mute it so I don't get it doesn't buzz me, but I look at it, and it says 17 messages, and I'm like, what's this? Oh.
I know.
Anyways, really off topic.
We're not off topic. It's unfiltered talk. We're never off topic.
That's true. Very good point.
So Jason, that's a transition tonight.
But anyways, and so Jason, I know that's your new transition. I know exactly where you're going after you say that.
So Jason, there's been talk, and I think some of this has changed. There's a government agency, a federal agency that wants to ban gas stoves.
Okay.
Why? Yeah, they want to ban gas stoves because of the gas they make. It can make asthma for kids, or the likelihood that your kid will have asthma quite a bit higher. The study found that almost 13% of current childhood asthma is attributable. Ooh, got that off barely. To gas stove use. So again, it causes a lot of childhood asthma.
All right, I already see the problem.
Yeah,
it's California. They're the highest state with gas cooking, and they're liberals. And the highest of any state is 70% has gas stoves.
And there's some cities that have banned them. I guess Berkeley, California, San Francisco.
But what I'm saying is this is why this is an agenda, is because California has the most and is probably seeing the most issue.
Yeah, and now everyone just thinks it's a liberal issue.
Wow, Connecticut only has 20. Yeah, everyone thinks it's a liberal issue because of Connecticut only has 27% of housing users that have natural gas. A lot of these eastern, that's weird.
Yeah, I wonder why they don't have natural gas. I think Ann Arbor is going to ban natural gas for everything, and a totally different one. Like even for furnace and all of that, because environmental concerns and blah,
what
blah,
do you
blah.
do if you live? Ann Arbor's got some rural area. How the fuck are they supposed to heat their house?
Electric? I don't know.
You can't heat your house with electric.
I think you probably could.
No, you can't.
It'd be expensive.
I don't even know if that's a thing. I feel like I'm an idiot by saying that, but I don't know how you heat your house.
I may be an idiot for saying that.
It's natural gas or propane.
I don't know. So
they're not banning natural gas.
Look it up. Let's take a pause. Tea, as the kids say.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you're right.
Oh.
Hold on. Ann Arbor proposes a ban on natural gas connections for new buildings. An all electric building. Oh my gosh. That'll never happen.
Say it.
You're right. You're 100% right. But you were kind of right. It's for new builds, not for like someone that already has it.
Okay, apparently not retroactive.
Yeah.
So apparently there's a lot of things with gas. But let's go back to the gas stove. So apparently the gas that's released when I turn on my gas stove is NO2. Nitrogen oxide would be my guess based on that and my great chemistry remembering from Hudsonville High School, where we are the proud Eagles of Hudsonville, Michigan.
You could have been I can't believe your parents didn't send you to Christian school.
Okay. Do you want to know the story
about Christian school?
Yeah,
sure.
My dad went to Unity Christian.
Let's go Crusaders.
He hated it.
Yeah.
He hated what it was about. So all of his brothers and then his sisters sent kids to the Christian school. He decided to send us to public school. And the words from one of his siblings were, your kids are I'm going to go to hell because of your decision not to send them to Christian school.
One of his siblings said that?
Yeah, but they were so enamored in the Christian school thing. So
That's terrible.
So like for me to send my kid to Christian school is a miracle of all things because I also inherited that, like, you pompous people. So
did they like have a year-long fight when they said that? Like, I would have punched my sibling in the mouth.
I don't know how that all worked out. Like, not all of it was relayed to me, but that part was relayed to me. Okay, where did we go? How do we get back?
We were talking about the stoves.
Oh yeah, the stoves. I was talking about the CO2 or sorry, the NO2.
Right.
So again, childhood asthma. So here's the question. Because in some ways you're more conservative than me, some ways you're more liberal. Do you think the government should ban it or not? Because we know that it increases childhood asthma. It's not great. Should we ban it as a country?
I say no. I am so that's the thing. Like, liberal is like, do you.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they banned certain size sodas in New York. I think that's bullshit. If you want to like suck down a soda, like, live free and die, like Maine and like all them Eastern, like, it's just like, no, I don't think the government should get involved with that kind of stuff.
Should the government have banned leaded paint?
Yeah, there were people were dying from that.
Asthma.
People are not dying from asthma.
No.
And it's 13%, almost 13%.
No, it's 13% of asthma can be attributed to.
Oh,
that.
so that's even lower then.
That's 13% of asthma is there. I forgot all the stats.
Yeah. No. Lead paint is a lethal thing.
How lethal? How fast?
I don't know. What the fuck? Am I a lead scientist? Lead scientist? A lead scientist? In my head, I read the word.
How about asbestos? Should we have banned asbestos?
Yes, it killed people.
But did it kill everybody that came in contact with?
No, but I mean, people got cancer and died rather quickly.
But I mean, people get asthma. So this is my thing. I don't know if we should ban it. I'm leaning more towards yes. If it's such a terrible thing, we have banned things as a country because we're like, for the health of the innocent.
No.
Again, you have a kid who doesn't have the choice of growing up in a house.
Everybody
like
wants to ban all this shit, and everyone wants to go electric. But guess what? The grid can't handle it. And you're going to find out, trick or treat, electric bills are going to be insanely expensive. California wants to ban all gas things, too. They don't have the infrastructure to do that.
Holland, Michigan does.
Okay, great. Fuck Holland. We're not talking about Holland.
The rest of the country can burn because they didn't prepare like a smart Hollanders who've created our own power company.
Yes, Holland does a great job. I shit on them all the time because you live there, but they've done a great job
of like self-sustaining.
Yes.
No, the worst place this could happen is Texas, because Texas can't even.
They're not attached to any other grid.
Yeah.
So my point is, like, these extremes of going all electric or all gas or whatever, extremes never work in any situation.
Well, it did with lead paint, though.
Well, yes. I mean, again, I'm just saying that killed people. People were dying left and right. Like
left and right. Let's look this up.
You're editing this one. Fuck me. What are you doing? How many people died from lead paint? Do it. Google how many people died from lead paint. And then Google how many people died from gas stoves. And you're going to get suicides. That's what you're going to get.
Well, There we go.
Hey, I'm fine. I got solar panels. I have a gas stove. I'm trying to swap everything out. I want an electric stove. I want an electric water heater. Like, I want to use as least gas as possible.
So right now, 1 million people die from lead poisoning.
Holy shit. Every year?
But is that all lead paint or not?
Well, what else is there? Are they stabbing themselves with the pencil? I'm telling you, it's because people are, guess who else lives in Holland? I don't know. Who does? The Dutches.
Oh, this is globally.
Oh, okay.
So now
Google how many people died from getting asthma from gas stoves. That's not a stat that's going to even come up.
It's such a new stat.
Yeah, but it's still
okay. In the United States, 400,000 U.S. deaths per year caused by lead exposure.
400,000 deaths per year? That's so much. I'm screaming into the mic. God, the edit's going to be.
Stop talking about editing.
I know. I'll cut it out.
No, you won't. Okay.
Well, at least
I give up. You're right.
What's that?
You're right. I know. Natalie should have this saved too.
No, that's the wrong bell. No, not that one. Don't I have it like you're right? That's all I got. I got no.
So, you want to know how many people die of asthma every year?
Sure. Asthma is fine, but it's not attributed. How many?
It doesn't even matter what it's attributed to what. You want to know it's so
1,000.
3,500.
Oh, my gosh.
I quit. Have as much gas stoves as you want. I don't care. Burn it all. Let's go. I don't care. I feel like a Trumper right now.
Well, I appreciate you bringing it up because it brings up the conversation of like, should we be banning all these things? That's what I said. It's these extremes of like, we're going all electric, we're going all gas, we're going all natural gas. Like,
we should maybe look at how many people it actually kills. Like asthma actually kills all of asthma. So we take 3,500. We take 13% of that.
Yeah. What's that gonna be like? 12?
455.
Okay.
Which is sad. Don't hear me on that.
Oh,
no. If somebody's kids died of asthma, we're not making light of that. But compared to 400,000 in the United States still dying of lead poisoning when we've banned lead. Yep.
That's because the old homes.
I know.
There's still people painted over that. Then they start doing construction and
I know. They're like,
nasty.
Do not start peeling paint. Like, don't go low, especially on wood. Don't sand it down to wood.
I kind of gambled in our upstairs bathroom when I started demoing that behind there. Like, I didn't know what was behind there. It could have been, I swear there's some asbestos in there. There wasn't a lot, but
there could be. You know, the sad part about that is you won't know for 20 years. And all of a sudden, boom.
I'll be dead by then anyways.
In 20 years?
I mean,
you won't even be 70.
I mean, my average for male is 74. If I make it to the average, it's like.
Yeah, but average includes like kids dying as an infant, which lowers it. So, anyways,
well, talk about a downer episode. Last week we got the pedophile orthodontist, and
we should ban nothing in the United States. It should be a free for all. I am turning libertarian. You know what? Peace out, everyone. A libertarian, Mike. Now I'm changing how I vote. I'm done.
You're gonna vote libertarian?
Yes,
because your vote doesn't count. Then
we're gonna start a whole movement of libertarian because 3,500 people dying per year of asthma, plus then you take that 455. Why are we making this a big deal about gas stoves? And I personally like cooking on gas stove more. So
yeah, it's better. I hate. Oh, we do have an electric stove. we do have an electric stove. I just realized that because it cooks like shit. Never mind.
Megan does all the cooking.
No kidding. Oh my gosh. Kate says Mike, the gas stove expert.
I quit.
So, guys, Mike quits the show.
I quit being a moderate. I am a libertarian, hardcore. Vote for whoever that is. Justin Amash. You're another guy I want for president. Let's go.
You know this is the clip I'm pulling for.
I know. Let's go.
Not mental note. Wait till the end for the clip of the week.
Yeah, there we go. Let's go.
Well, guys, if you like this shit show, we would love for you to share this episode, like it, share it. I know all of you that are listening. I know I see the numbers and I don't see any shares, and that's ridiculous. You could also
come on, Kate. Let's go.
Yeah. You could also. She likes a lot of stuff. I will give her that.
Shares better than life.
Yeah, I would also love a review. I haven't checked our reviews lately, but if you haven't left a review for our show, please do on Apple Podcasts. I don't think you can leave reviews on anywhere else. It's just Apple Podcasts. So if you don't have Apple, I'm sorry. That's okay. And we also have a Patreon. We've enjoyed our fans tonight on that. We've had great interaction, especially Mike, the gas stove expert. That was my favorite comment of the night. And if you go to patreon.com /Threads podcast, make sure you spell Patreon, Patreon, or you know what's going to happen. And then, of course, if you could join us in ridding the world of Facebook fake, Insta ickies, and Twitter takes by keeping the faith, doing your work, and living life unfiltered.
That's what she said.
Bye, y'all.